feel about money and have a look at how we deal with money and have a look at how we might have a better relationship with money and how we can acknowledge that money is our friend because money can't do anything without us. So it's like we have to be able to work with money to do good in the world, and money needs us, and we need money. So it's like having this nice relationship with money. All right. Are there any experiences in your life that you perhaps had a bad relationship with money that you might like to release? Or if there other ways that you think you could have a better relationship with money? All right. So we're going to our third chakra, which is about our power and our ability to kind of manifest stuff and go do stuff. Sometimes we feel a little powerless. All right, so taking action. Okay. All right, and the other thing that comes up is I am enough. And often we tell ourselves um, that we're not enough, could do better, or, if there was some aspect of our life that was better, that, we would do better. So I don't know what are you telling yourself to be not okay? Or how are you reconfirming that you're not okay? Because that's not necessarily true. I love myself. And I guess we can't really love other people if we can't love ourselves. All right, I'm able to see past my weaknesses and allow them to become my strengths. Good morning, Sue. So, funny story. We we went to Thailand a couple of times. Once when my brother got married to a Thai lady, and another time. But I'm like the magnet for all the hawkers. So it's like, and they know that I'm the weak link, and so they all gang around me because they know I'll spend my money. So it's like learning to be a little bit more judicious in where I spend my time or my money or my effort. So it's like allowing, like, I guess it's a strength too that I have compassion for people and that I want to help, but I also have to be careful, how I manage that. So I don't know if there are any weaknesses that you have or any difficulties that you have that, um, yeah, that might inhibit your ability to, do the best that you can do. All right. Good morning, Jenny. All right. So let's jump into the solar plex. Sorry, the brow chakra, the solar plexus. All right. So our perception and how we see things, maybe how we perceive ourselves. We perceive ourselves as less than or not good enough, then we kind of send out a not so great message. So it's like, it's okay to have weaknesses and it's okay to be imperfect. But we have to accept where we are and look back and see, yeah, I have grown and yeah, I am doing better. The things that could improve. Yeah. Good morning, Susanna. All right, the pituitary gland also comes up here. All right. Good morning, Casille. All right, I connect easily to my spirit. And sometimes we forget to, I think. We just get so engrossed in what we have to get done that we forget to tune in and to listen to what our inner voice is saying and what we might be instructed externally from, divinely. So, sort of taking that time to connect or to have private moments where you ponder and think about things. All right, so layers of the aura. Fourth layer, leaking energy. Current females. So sometimes it's friends that we might call high maintenance. Some people sometimes require more energy than we have to give. All right, my brain organizes and repairs itself each night while I sleep. So I think our sleep is very important. And also, I think what we think about or our last thoughts before going to bed are also important, asking for what we want, um, being grateful for what we're about to receive. And I think as we're sleeping and our brain does repair and our brain flushes and, does a lot of cleanup, it's like the messages that we put in there before we go to bed, I think, are important. And also, the things that we think about and do before we go to bed is also important. So it's sort of allowing yourself that downtime. All right, my brain functions optimally. And we all have good days and bad days, don't we? Sometimes we're a bit forgetful, or sometimes we can be a little bit erratic or flighty or even anxious. All right, so cranial bones, the back of the head. All right, so some emotions stuck in the back of our head. Unable to perceive clearly and correctly. So sometimes we see, we can see life a little bit skewy if, we're not seeing everything exactly as it is. Sometimes it's coloured by the lens of our past. Sometimes it's coloured by, believing that we're flawed or we're not good enough or that good things can't happen to us, or that life has to be hard or difficult. Age 16 connected to this, age 19, 23, 29. More emotion stuck here. All right, so the belief that I'm not supposed to be happy. Age 6 connected to this one. All right, so the 6th layer of the aura now. So chronic collapse, so some part of the aura is a bit squashed in. Females from the past. 16. Seventh layer of the aura now. So stagnant energy in that layer. All right, so it's a bit better. Donna Eden does an aura fluff in which she goes all around her energy field and fluffs up her aura. So maybe that's worthwhile to do. There was a bit of stuff in the aura today. Donna Eden also has like a meridian dance where you go through all your meridians, kind of ramping them up a bit. So I think you can look at some of her things to find things that might help you help yourself. All right, so the value of tolerance. All right, I'm worthy and deserving of other people's tolerance. I'm aware that my intolerance negatively affects those around me. And I think that's an important thing that, like, the more that we can be neutral about things, I think the better that is. Because when we have charge or we feel angry towards someone else, that does send a bad message, and we can damage other people by our anger or our intolerance or our wanting to hurt that person, I guess, in a way. So when someone irritates us or a situation irritates us, it's like looking at what we're seeing of ourselves in that person that really makes it feel intolerant. All right, I'm tolerant of other people's mistakes. And I'm tolerant of my own mistakes. Is like, no. All right. Yeah, it is hard. Some people really trigger us, but often the triggers are connected to us or childhood experiences. Sometimes they're generational as well. All right, a little bit more in the brow chakra. Okay, so all right, I'm safe to share my intuition. So sometimes we have impressions about things, and sometimes it's helpful to people to share it. Some people are not so open to receive it, but even if they can't tolerate it at the time, they might think about it and process it a bit later. All right, I have full power over my life choices. So sometimes it's a challenge as we get older to feel that we have the power to get stronger in our body or to be stronger in our mind or our financial situation. We might feel it's too late, but I think that's not the case. Sometimes that's our perception, but it's not necessarily what has to be true. So, you know, what would you like to change and what would you like to improve? All right, I am balanced in my discipline. I'm releasing all of my old, outdated behaviors that no longer serve me. I easily change when it's for the highest good. I think that's important that we do want to change when it is for our highest good. Right, something in our feet. All right, so left foot is about fear of our spiritual direction. So I think, spiritually, we're always welcomed. The divine always loves us, nurtures us, wants to hear our story, wants to be part of our lives. And sometimes we can feel unworthy or we can feel too busy or too messy or not good enough to receive that divine love and that divine inspiration. So it's there's there's never it's never too late to change your spiritual direction. It's never too late to improve your spirituality. There's always room. So we're just going to plug in a little bit of chiropractic for your feet and your cranials. And something in our T6. So T6 is the wiring to our tummy. So sometimes we're having trouble digesting aspects of our life. All right. So this is from Ina Siegel's book. All right. And what comes up here is difficulty making empowering decisions. So sometimes we're a bit scared or we think, that might be too big a change or, will I look silly? And again, when we receive spiritual insights or, inspiration to do something or change something, immediately follows the opposition to make you feel like, nah, this isn't the right time. You can't do that. Why would you think that? So it's like as soon as you receive that inspiration and that insight of what you should do, just be waiting for the negativity. And so you can spot it and say, there it is. I knew that would happen. And, be ready for that and say, yeah, nah, I'm not buying that. Sorry. All right, a little bit more in that crown chakra. Sorry, the seventh layer of the aura. So hooks. So sometimes people latch onto our energy in an unhealthy way. Thanks, Susanna, for the thumbs up and the smile. All right, something from age 18. And, what were the experiences that you had that perhaps colored your perception on your spirituality or your ability to go do your life? And often the bad team want us to believe that we are powerless and that we have no ability to make things better or different. All right, something else in our back. T8. So what's coming up in T8 is lack of drive. So sometimes we just don't have the drive to follow through on the inspiration that we received. All right, so let's go into the value of trust now. Because I feel like divinely, if if we're loved and God loves us, which He does, He wants us to be successful. He wants us to accomplish all that we're here to do. And uh, often it's our own beliefs and generational beliefs that prevent us from thinking that things can change financially, emotionally, spiritually. So we have to trust in the divine part of ourselves and not the ego part. So to trust ourselves, our true selves, is to see the difference between our divine nature and our ego. We are not our myriad of thoughts telling us that we're ugly and incapable, that the world is scary and unfriendly. We are the observer of those thoughts. Trust more in the observer and not the ego. The world is our mirror, and the lens of trust will change our experience. I trust all is well. All right, so let's say I trust in my ability to earn money. I trust in my ability to have a good relationship with money. Money and I work together for the world's highest good. I believe that. So that's got a generational component. Dad's side, dad's mum, and the women. 73 generations of women. All right, something stuck in our neck. All right, so C6. So there's a large bump off the back. That's usually T1, and 2 above that would be C6. So resisting life, feeling stuck, afraid to let go of old fears and change. So shoulder pain could come in there. Right, so Cassie's saying yes, and neck isn't good. So some feelings stuck in the neck. All right. Subconscious belief that life must have burdens. So it's almost like this noose around your neck, or if you were an animal plowing, that you've got the plow around your neck, and or the hook to the plow to pull the family along, or to pull whatever it is along. All right, another emotion stuck in the neck. Emotional needs not being met. All right, and some of this goes back to the time of our conception. And, sometimes the situations in which we came to be weren't perfect, but we make a difference. And sometimes, it's I guess it's parents often feel that it's their responsibility to fix everything and to provide everything. But I think the children often come to teach us and to be part of the journey and part of the solution, not just the problem. So let's say I am part of the solution, which we're not believing at the moment. All right, so throat chakra. All right, my honesty of expression enables others to speak up too. I've really found that true. I often there are things that have happened in the family or in my life that I felt were shameful or embarrassing, and you don't really want to talk about it. But as I did talk about it, it meant other people could open up about the difficult parts of their life too. So I think this vulnerability is good, that we actually share with each other and support each other through these vulnerable times to get to the point that we can release what's stuck in there and that we can move forward. I release the fear and doubt that blocks the way to my creative expression. And so if we're thinking about, increasing our finances or, our ability to believe in prosperity, it's like that's a form of creativity, isn't it? Because you're creating something. And we want you to create, and whatever you feel inspired to create is important. And yes, you're going to get that negativity after you receive the inspiration, but know that you're going to be helped to do whatever it is, even though it might seem impossible at the time. All right, now the value of faith. So having faith to see that things could improve or that it could be better. All right, my faith is enough. So sometimes we think, oh no, my faith isn't good enough. I have faith that my dreams will come to fruition. I have faith in a divine plan and let go of the need to be in control, which sometimes is hard. We want to be in control, particularly